What's good, y'all? So, of course, reports just came out that John and Brad are on the trade market. The Wizards are open to trading John Wall and Bradley Beal. It's sad, it's really sad, the things that are going on in the locker room. My question is, which player should the Wizards try and trade? Should they try and trade Bradley Beal? Should they try and trade John Wall? Or should they try and trade Otto Porter? Or should they just try and trade all of them? You know, I think more realistically, people are saying Bradley Bill is the more movable piece or has the most trade value, which is true. John Wall's deal is his supermax deal kicks in next year, which is ridiculous, and then Otto Porter's on a ridiculous max deal as well. I think for the better of the Washington Wizards, it would be better to trade John Wall, and this really hurts. This is coming from a John Wall fan. I think John Wall's from PG County. I know he's originally from Raleigh, North Carolina, but the guy has done so much for the city of DC and PG County on and off the court. So it really hurts me to say this, because he's really worked hard. And you think about when John Wall first came to the Wizards, who was on that team? You want to talk about a toxic environment? You think this locker room is toxic? Talk about a gun in a locker room. Let's talk about that. You know, and I'm a huge Gilbert Arenas fan, but he was a knucklehead. Nick Young was on that team. JaVale McGee was on that team. I want to say Blatch. Andre Blatch was on that freaking. He was on that team. And John Wall had to be a rookie in that locker room. You got to give props to John Wall, man. For him to make it through that locker room. But all that aside, man, it's just bad right now. John's not playing a lick of defense. He doesn't really care about defense. That's how bad it is. That's what it looks like. Every point guard, every shooting guard we go up against, D'Angelo Russell the other night, cooking. Dinwiddie on the Nets was cooking. Damian Lillard went for 40 2 nights ago. That's terrible. Have some pride, man. Why every point guard that goes up against John Wall has a career night? Or some bum, no-name guy against the whole Wizards team has a career night. Every freaking game. The guy on the Kings, Hezonja, had like 30-something points. This is terrible. It's bad basketball. Starts with Scott Brooks, starts with Ernie Grunfeld, kind of starts with Ted Leonsis as well. But if we can just trade John Wall, get some first-round picks, some way, somehow, I don't know what team is going to be silly enough to take his contract, but we got to bamboozle and swindle somebody because John ain't it right now. He's not it anymore. I think the league is phasing out point guards that can't shoot a three. You look at the best point guards in this league right now. It's Steph Curry. Kemba Walker is shooting the lights out right now. Damian Lillard is a top 5 point guard. Kyle Lowry, unfortunately, I think he's a top 5 point guard playing right now because he can shoot the basketball. Chris Paul can shoot a three. Nobody really thinks that John Wall is a threat from out there. And his knees, and I hate to bring up the Rose Bar thing, but hey, I mean, your body's not the same, John. It's just not the same anymore. You've been in the league for 7 to 8 years now. That takes a toll. His knees are going, he's had multiple knee injuries. And the way he plays, you can't just rely on athleticism anymore. You can't do it unless you're Ben Simmons and you're 6'9". It's not working anymore. You can't rely on your athleticism as a point guard. You got to be able to shoot the three now. Kyrie Irving. I always thought John was better than Kyrie, but Kyrie can shoot. He can shoot the basketball. That's what it comes. You got to be able to shoot the ball and move and shoot the three. You got to be some kind of threat. You can't just be out there passing the ball. And Russell Westbrook, he gets away with not being able to really shoot a three. He's gotten better at it, but he's just a freak of nature. John Wall doesn't have that freak of nature, quickness, or athleticism like he used to back in 2014. It's just not there anymore. So you got to be able to shoot a three. So, I mean, we just got to move John, probably move all of them actually. But it was up to me. I tried my best to get John up out of there and keep the young talent of Bradley Beal and move Otto and let's get some picks and just tank. That's what we got to do right now. It's just toxic, man. It looks bad. They said they're arguing in the locker room. John was cussing out Scott Brooks yesterday at practice. It's just not a good look, man. The sad thing is we're 5-11. The East is not that great, so we really could sneak into the playoffs. But it's like, what's the point, man? I said a couple weeks ago, what's the point if we're paying max deals to 3 people and we keep losing in the first and second round and not even get to the Eastern Conference Finals? And we've seen teams like this happen with Chris Paul and the Clippers. So this is not the first time we've seen this in the NBA. Chris Paul was a terrible leader for the Clippers. Him and Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan didn't get along, and they blew that team up. JJ Redick didn't even get along with the guys either. So it's kind of a similar case. It's going to be a long, long process. Unfortunately, we're going to have to trust the process, man. But hey, if we want to tank, we got to lose like 70 games. But I think we should trade John Wall. All right, y'all. Peace.